Well, hello there, friends. Welcome to Jami Jo Sells Wax here on YouTube. I am, of course, Jami Jo, and I am so excited that you are here to join me today. We are going to be answering a question that I get asked all the time. How do you change the wax in your Scentsy warmer? And I am here to show you several different ways that you can change your wax. And I'm going to start out with the ways I do not recommend and work up all the way to the best way to change your Scentsy wax. So hang out with me for a bit as we talk about this. If you have never popped by my channel before, let me tell you just a little bit about myself. Like I said earlier, my name is Jami Jo and I am a Scentsy consultant. I have been working with Scentsy all the way back from October of 2008. So over 15 years at this point. I started as a Scentsy customer. I love to get a really good deal. So I decided to host a catalog party with Scentsy fragrance. I got so many orders at that catalog party, it was kind of stupid not to join the company. I'd been there, done that with other direct sales companies before, really did not intend to do this as a business. But friends, it kind of turned out differently, as you can see. Scentsy is now my full-time job. I quit my teaching job that I was doing at the time when I started. Long story short, I love these products. They're freaking amazing and they sell so well because they're so high quality and people love them. I have grown a team and I love all the perks of a Scentsy business. So if any of that intrigues you, please reach out and talk to me. You can text me anytime at 918-888-9690, whether it's about the business opportunity, questions about products, questions about how to change your Scentsy wax. Guys, I'm here for you, so reach out to me. Okay, so I have a Scentsy warmer here. This warmer, sadly, is no longer available, but it's one of my favorites. It normally sits on that shelf right back there. This is called the Prismatic Warmer. It was one of our warmers of the month in 2023. I love the look of this warmer because, as you can tell, I love pink and purple, and just the rainbow effect of it picks up all of those colors. Now, what we're talking about today is how to change your Scentsy wax, and it does not matter what type of warmer you have. We have several different kinds of warmers. I have videos on that. We have little bitty mini warmers, just like this one right here. We have the full-size warmers like this one you see here. We even have little baby element warmers. You can see it tucked up on a shelf back up there. It does not matter what kind of warmer you have, changing your wax is going to be the exact same way. The only difference might be some of these methods involve actually picking up the dish. And if you have an element warmer that is all one piece, you're not going to be able to do that. So you're just going to forgo that option. Let's talk about changing your Scentsy wax. First of all, I get the question, how often do I need to change my wax? That really is personal preference. I change mine at a minimum of once a week. I try to remember Waxy Wednesday is the day to change my wax. But if I have company coming over or if I just want to refresh throughout the week, you can change your wax at any given time. When you stop smelling it, that is the time to change your wax. Now, if you are constantly using the same fragrance and you are experiencing that maybe you think it's not as strong as it used to be, or it's not as fragrant as it used to be, there is something called anosmia. This is an actual scientific word about a condition where when your nose gets used to familiar fragrances, you don't smell them anymore. You might have a friend that needs to know about anosmia. Maybe you have a friend that has a lot of pets and they don't realize that they smell like a wet dog. Or maybe you have a friend that smokes cigarettes and they don't realize what they smell like because they don't smell it anymore. They're so used to it. Those things can happen even with Scentsy fragrance. So if you are experiencing the situation where your favorite Scentsy wax doesn't seem as strong, you can't smell it anymore, anything like that, it could be a case of anosmia. There's two different ways that you can look into this or check it out to see if your wax still has fragrance. The first is to just ask a friend to come over and ask them what they smelled when they walked in the front door or into your car. The other thing you can do is take out your favorite Scentsy wax and put in a fragrance that you hate, one that you just really don't like. And I promise you, you'll notice that. So that is a sign that you are becoming anosmic or you can't smell the fragrances anymore. Moving on to changing the wax. We talked about how often you need to change it, just whenever you feel like you can't smell it anymore. So quite a few different ways you can change the wax. The first way, and the way that I used to change my Scentsy wax, is with it fully melted, I would just pick up the dish and very, very, very carefully walk over to the trash can and dump it in the trash. Now remember that Scentsy uses a paraffin wax, which has a lower melting point. That means when you pour it into your plastic trash bag, it's not going to melt the bag because we warm at such a low temperature if you're using a Scentsy warmer and Scentsy wax, both of those together. Another option, the next two options kind of, they're similar. So they would require you turning the warmer off. And the first option would be letting it harden about 3/4 of the way, where it looks solid, but it's still pliable. At that point, I know a lot of people will say that they can pop it out at that point. I don't like to do that for two different reasons. Number one, it requires me remembering to go back and turn my Scentsy warmer back on, or go back to actually change the wax and then turn it back on. Guys, ADD brain, I will squirrel off and I won't have fragrance on for a couple days. So I don't want to do that. The other is if you use a sharp object to pop that wax out, it can scratch the finish on your warmer, causing small scrapes and cracks in the finish. And eventually the wax might even drip through down into the bulb area of the warmer. So we don't want that happening. Make sure if you are doing that method that you're using a very soft spatula or something like that to get your wax out. So it's okay. Not my favorite way to change wax. The other way is to turn your warmer off and take your warmer dish and put it in your freezer. They say, I've never done it this way, but they say that when the wax freezes, that it shrinks up just enough that it just slides right out of your warmer. Again, I don't do that because my ADHD brain, I would completely forget it was in the freezer for like a week until I went to get some ground beef out of the freezer, and then I'd see it and remember it. So I don't want to do that. The next way, this was probably my favorite way for a super, super, super long time. These are just plain old plain cotton balls. You can take these cotton balls. It works the same with a paper towel or a tissue, but the cotton balls are easier because they soak up more. I could just drop these cotton balls down in that melted wax. I never even have to turn my warmer off, and it will soak up the wax in those cotton balls. Typically, excuse me, they say 1 cotton ball per cube of wax. That's all good and fine, and I did that for the longest time. And then Scentsy came out with these bad boys. These are absolutely amazing. This is called a cotton cleanup. So it's just a big giant cotton round wound up in a circle and placed on a cardboard disc with a handle. It works the exact same way as your cotton balls, but you don't get the wax under your nails like you do with the cotton balls. It's just not as messy as the cotton balls. These are so, so simple. So I just very easily drop it down in the dish of fully melted wax. I'm just going to let it sit there and let the cotton do its job. Now don't splash it down in there because wax will splash everywhere. Just very gently set it on the top of the wax and let gravity work. So then you're just going to give it a couple good swishes. It's a little higher than my head here, so I can't really see it. I'm going to grab it down here. Give it a couple good swishes, couple good heavy wipes, and there's still a teeny tiny bit in there. I just turn the cotton cleanup onto its side to get up that last little bit. Cotton cleanup is full of wax. my dish is now empty and ready for fresh wax in there. Now, guys, let me tell you something. I had already intended to come and talk to you guys today about cotton cleanups, and I was messing around on my Scentsy workstation and I saw the most alarming, but also the most exciting news tab article. Our cotton cleanups, they used to come in a big giant bag like this. I had them out ready to show you guys. They are being discontinued. But why would I show you a cotton cleanup if they're discontinuing it? Because we are coming out with a new and improved cotton cleanup when the new catalog launches on March 1st. We are told the cotton cleanups are going to be a little bit smaller in size, still enough to soak up enough wax of a full-size warmer, but small enough that it will fit in one of our mini warmers. A lot of you have been loving the cotton cleanups, but we didn't have one small enough to fit in this small dish. So the new cotton cleanups that we're coming out with are better and greatly improved. I know they've been working on these for quite some time, and I'm really excited for the launch of this new product. So until those brand new cotton cleanups come out, I mean, I have a stash of cotton cleanups. Hashtag Scentsy Consultant Life. But use your cotton balls. Use your cotton balls until those cotton cleanups come back out. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel so you know when they are coming back out. I will definitely let you guys know, but it's March 1st, so you could even mark your calendar. I hope this video was helpful to know some different ways that you can change your Scentsy wax. Like I said, the best way is just to leave your warmer on, leave it where it sits, and soak up that wax with cotton. That way you can just pop your fresh wax right in there. Guys, my name is Jami Jo. You can grab all your Scentsy goodies on my website, JamiJoSellsWax.com, or find me on social media. I'm on Facebook and on Instagram under Jami Jo Sells Wax. Feel free to text me with any questions that you might have as well. You can reach me at 918-888-9690. Guys, my name is Jami Jo, and I hope that you have a sensational day.